Alright, I'm going to do a little video on building quadratics, so I'm going to wrap around and do a little bit of extra factoring for you. Since we had that day off school, I just want to give any of you who wanted a little bit of extra work before testing an opportunity to do so. So, building quadratics, we're given the x-intercepts, and what we're doing is we're trying to find the equation. So I'm going to first go ahead, I know I'm asked for factor form, and I know factor form looks like this. We never give you these with leading coefficients. And then I also know that standard form looks like this, right? So it kind of helps to have that fill in the blank for yourself. When we are given the solutions, what we need to do is, these aren't set equal to 0 anymore. The numbers are moved over. So in order to get it back in these parentheses, what we have to do is switch the signs. Or take that x equals 2 and move that 2 back over with the x. So since it's a positive 2, I'm going to subtract it. So that's what goes in my parentheses, x minus 2. Similarly, with the x equals 5, it's a positive 5, so I need to move it back over. Subtract 5, subtract 5. So what goes in my parentheses there is x minus 5. So that is factored form. And then to get from factored form to standard form, we're just going to double distribute. So I'm going to take my x's and multiply them together. X times x is x squared. We already have that there. X times negative 5 is negative 5x. And now we need to do the same thing with the negative 2. Negative 2 times x is negative 2x. Negative 2 times negative 5 is positive 10. And then to get final standard form, we combine our like terms. X squared, negative 5 minus 2 is negative 7x plus 10. So your factored form is here with your parentheses. Your standard form is here with your x squared situation. Okay, so number 2 is very, very similar. So if you want to try that, my key is posted on Canvas as well. Okay, let's do this one with x equals 20 and x equals negative 2. Again, I'm going to draw out that skeleton for myself. I know factored form looks like this. I know standard form looks like that. So if I have x equals positive 20, and if it helps you to write that sign with it, because you know you're going to be switching it, I think that's a good idea. So if it's positive 20, to get it back over with my x, I'm going to subtract it. So what goes in my parentheses there is x minus 20. And if I have x equals negative 2, to get the negative 2 back over with the x, I'm going to add 2 to both sides. So there's your factor form. Switch those signs to cross the equal sign. And now I'm going to double distribute. X times x is x squared. X times 2 is 2x. Negative 20 times x is negative 20x. Negative 20 times 2 is negative 40. And any of that you need to do on a calculator is just fine. And then 2x minus 20x is negative 18x. And then I need to bring down that negative 40. So again, factored form up here, standard form down here. On test B and test A, we had some situations with a 0. So I'm going to jump over here to number 6 and deal with that one. Again, factored form, we said usually looks like this. Standard form has that x squared situation. So x equals 0, you can move that over either by adding or subtracting. I like to subtract just to be consistent. So that would look like this. Now, if you want to go ahead and change that, just to be an x all by itself, that's lovely. That's usually how we see that. But it is equivalent to x minus 0. So if you want your process to be consistent every time, you can just write this x minus 0. For x equals 9, that is a positive 9. So to move it across the equal sign, I'm going to subtract it. So what goes in our parentheses is x minus 9. Usually we'd see factored form like that, x times x minus 9. If you write it like this, the x minus 0 times x minus 9, that's lovely as well. Both are the same. Now when we multiply here to get our standard form, x times x is x squared. X times negative 9 is negative 9x. And that's your standard form. If you double distribute with that 0, you'll just have a couple of 0 terms in there that you can cancel out. Cool. Let's do one more of those, number 8. So I have x equals a negative 2. In order to get everything on the same side there, I'm going to add that 2 over. X equals 0, I'm going to subtract that 0 over. Now this is multiplication, so order doesn't matter. It doesn't matter which order you have your parentheses in. So I think I will rewrite that, although that is beautiful factored form. I will take that, and the OST will definitely take that. I'm going to go ahead and write it like I would usually see it, x times x plus 2. Before I multiply that out. I'm just going to make that minus 0 go away with the x in front. And in standard form, x times x is x squared. X times 2 is 2x. So there are just a couple more built-in quadratics for you that are similar to problems that you'll see on the test and on the OST.